Okay, Shabbat Shalom. Okay, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Out Shai. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Salutations to all the Akim out there that's pushing this truth. And back at you with another lesson, man. You see the title, Women is supposed to be under total submission, all right, to a man, okay? Because you got these women that's walking or that's in this present world. They think the man is supposed to be under submission under their ass, man. They think they supposed to have liberty, but the man can't, you know. So these women in this society is just total ass backwards. Then with that same mouth, they'll say that they're Christian or man, you know, which is true. They love God, but not the God of the Bible. All right. They love hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me show you who they love. Give me 1 second. Y'all sit down in there and shut up. Lakia Akim. This is 2 Corinthians. All right. 4:4. This is the God they love. If our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not. Who's the God of this world? The so-called white man. Okay. When they think of so-called Jesus, which his name is not Jesus, you know, they think of him being a so-called white man. When they think of the Heavenly Father, they think of it of him being a white man. Okay, they think of him being a white man. Okay, it says, "Of them which believe not, least the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of the power, should shine unto them. For we preach not of ourselves, but Mashiach Yahushua, the Lord, and ourselves, your servants, for Yahushua's sake." All right. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna get into Numbers, the 30th chapter, because like I was saying, you women are supposed to be totally dominated by man. All right. Like when the Lord, hold on. Oh man. 1 second. Let me go to Genesis real quick. This is the second chapter. Give me 1 second. Crap. I know I'm looking right over it because I'm rushing. Dominion. right, here we go right here. This is Genesis 1:26. And Yahweh said, let us make man in our own image, after our likeness, and let him have dominion over the fish, over the sea, over the fowls, over the air, over the cattle, over all the earth. See, over all the earth, even including you damn women. All right. And over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So Yahweh created man in his own image. All right. Which means what? To basically be like him, man, to rule, man. To have dominance over the earth. To have dominion. Let's look up that word dominion. To rule, to have dominion, dominate, tread down. Listen to this. To subjugate. All right. See what they got in the Strongs. To tread down, crumble off, to prevail against, reign. All right. To reign over, man. The same thing with you. We supposed to reign over you women. All right. You supposed to be in total submission to a man. All right. So Yahweh created man in his own image. In the image of the power created he, him, male and female created he, them. And Yahweh blessed them. Yahweh said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it. All right, look up that word subdue. See, to subject, subdue, force, keep under, bring unto bondage. Well, somebody will say, well, he said he created what? He female, so it was talking about both. No, because when you go to Genesis 3:16, I'm going to go to that next. All right, matter of fact, I'm going to go to it right now. All right, the Lord, this was told to y'all right here. Genesis 3:16. And to the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception, and in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. Listen to this, and he shall rule over thee. So man having dominion is talking about over you damn women too. All right, not just the animals or the birds. All right, it's talking about you too. All right, now that word rule, it says to rule over, reign, rule, have dominion, cause to rule, exercise dominion. See, exercise dominion, man. Rule over them, man. It says, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, he shall rule over thee. All right, and it's plain. Look, when you go to, because this is my Masor app, right? It says what? Subject to thy husband. You know? No. Plain and simple, man. Now back to Genesis. What was that? 28, which I basically made the point. Shit. Right. 28. And bless, and Yahweh blessed, said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, have dominion over the fish and of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that we see, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. See, the Lord said what? Man is supposed to have what? Dominion over it, man. Over every moving, living thing, all right, you see upon the earth, man. A man is supposed to have what? Dominion, mainly the Israelite man. Okay, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. All right, which we're going to get that dominion back. Okay, we once had it before. All right, during the time of Adam, you know, we had everything subdued under us. All right, back then we was called what? The sons of the power. All right, but we're going to get that power back. All right, and you women, all right, Esau, the other nations. Animals, you're gonna be subdued under the Israelite man. All right, you're gonna go back to your ass is gonna go back into captivity under the Israelite man. All right, and it ain't no other way. That's the only right way. All right. Because he tell you this, though. Give me this. Hold on. Second Ezra 6:54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all creatures, and Adam represent just not Adam within itself, but what? The Israelite man in general, man. All right. You made him what? Lord over all creatures, man. Okay. All creatures. All right. The woman is considered a creature too. All right. She's a creation. It says, of him come we all, right? And the people also whom thou hast chosen, which is who? The Israelites, the Israelite men, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. It says, as for the other people whom thou also, who also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. See, so other nations are nothing. All right. They're not superior unto us. When you look at the Israelite man, okay, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, all right, we dominate everything. Okay, basketball, football, boxing, track, anything you can think of, we dominate. All right, that's why. Why? Because we the Israelites, we the Lord's chosen people. He made us better than everybody. It's just that simple. There's you don't need science for that. All right. He made us better than everybody. The Israelite man. Okay. It says, is for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. All right. Matter of fact, hold on, did I skip over that? Oh yeah, I did. I skipped over one. And the people also whom thou hast chosen, all this have I spoken. I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes, which that's the point right there, man. He made the world for our sakes, the Israelite man. All right, to what? Have dominion over it, to rule over it. All right, to subdue it, subjugate it. All right, put it, have dominion over it. Okay, rule over it, have it into submission, and that's including our women. Okay. And it's simple, man. But this place we live in, what you call America, you know, they got women just running a fucking muck, man. You got a bunch of women running around on these cycles, all right, defiling everything, being wicked as all hell, fucking everything that's moving, running the damn streets. Hell, now the so-called white man is pushing that shit in the Middle East. He's trying to give their women liberty out there. And what does the scripture say about that? All right, give me 1 second. I ain't gonna never make it to Numbers 30. You know, the scriptures is totally against that. The scriptures ain't with that, man. All right. Which I'm gonna probably coming back to this chapter, but Sirach 25 and 24, it says, no, 20, yeah. Sirach 25 and 25, it says, give the water no passage, neither give a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. All right. So these women is not supposed to have liberty. All right. They're not supposed to be thinking they can do whatever the hell they want to do. Okay. Scripture says what? Give them not liberty. The word liberty means what? Freedom. So basically, it's not just so-called white men of the nations. These women, they're runaway slaves too, man. All right. And they have to be what? Subjugated under the Israelite man. All right. They have to be put into submission. All right. Hey, they got some when you watch the MMA, all right, mixed martial arts. All right, they got what? Submission moves. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the woman and the rest of these other nations, Esau, we're gonna put their ass into a fucking rear naked choke, man. We're gonna make them submit. All right. When the Lord give us that power. That's why the scriptures say, and if they're thy power, our people shall be willing. And then it's gonna start with you goddamn women first, man. All right. You're gonna be subdued, man. You're gonna be put under our foot, like where you supposed to be under the Israelite man. All that you having liberty, think you can do it at hell? Hey, that's gonna be done away with. And that day you're gonna be able to go run to the so-called white man. Cause guess what? We're gonna have his ass in chains and shackles, man, with our foot up his ass. And if you got a problem with knowing what's gonna happen in that day, we're gonna cut your fucking head off. All right, because the Lord is gonna give us the power, man. It says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. Okay. Numbers 30. All right. Let's see how much power you women got in this chapter, man. All right. Numbers 30:1. And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, this is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth. So if a man made a vow or a bond with the Lord, all right, you got to go through with that, all right. Hey, the scripture says what? He shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth, all right? Which means what? You got to be a man of your word. What? Even to Yahweh Shai, even to the Lord. It says, now listen to this. If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord and bind herself by bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her vow wherewith she hath bound her soul, her father shall hold his peace at her. Then all her vow shall stand, every bond wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand. Right? So if the father actually heard the woman make a vow to the Lord and he didn't say nothing about it, it was cool. But listen to this. But if a father disallow, well, let's get that. Hold on. Numbers 30. Let's look up that word disallow in that chapter. Disallow. To hinder, hold back, forbid, restrain. All right. Adverse, discourage. So basically, knock that shit down. Like, no. Or what? It says make of none effect. So if she vows something, he can make it none effect. And let's start with who? The father. All right. Because first of all, the father was the first one to what? Marry you off to a man. All right. You didn't have no power. You was always what? Under a man. Even within the law we're reading, guess what? You had to what? Be under a man. You had to be basically under. First you start off with your father, and your father what? He gave you over to what? A man. It's just that simple, man. You didn't have a power to do anything in the ancient world. And that's why this society got to be destroyed, man. Because Esau, he took the ways of righteousness and fucking perverted it, man. Or just totally done away with it. And that's why the scripture says what? Remember the days of old, man. Give me 1 second. Uh, mm, I'm trying to find something. Or I can read that whole chapter. Salakia, Akim. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Okay, finish this. Matter of fact, I'm going to here read this. Salakia. Deuteronomy 22:16. Then shall the father, hold on, let me jump up. If any man take a wife and go unto her and hate her, and give occasion of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. Which means what? She wasn't a virgin. All right. Which when you look up that word, it says right here, what? Virginity. Because that was a big thing in the ancient world, man. A man wanted what? A virgin, man. All right. Because what? That was his wife. If whoever breaks your cherry, that's your husband. All right. So if a man got something that's already tampered with, he didn't want that. But these women, they think they can just give you some fucking box, man. Some tampering with box. And it's okay. But the Bible teaches, hey, that's not cool. And whoever you lost your virginity to, that's who your husband's supposed to be. He says, and give occasion of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, when I came to her, I found her not a maid. And the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders in the gate. The damsel's father says, say unto the elder, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hated her. See, he gave. She didn't go on her own. Look up that word gave. He gave, entrusted, permitted. Let me see. To be given. Greg, in this place, hey, you bitches do the Beyonce, all the single ladies, you know. And lo, he hath given occasion of speech against her, saying, I found out my daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity, and they spread the cloth before the elders of the city. Which the tokens of virginity was what? That they had the little marriage ceremony, they went into the bed chambers, a white cloth was laid under the woman, all right? The man basically what they call pop your cherry, all right? She bled on the cloth. And they kept that because that was the what tokens of virginity, proof that what she was a virgin. Because that was a big thing. Just to show you these women, they don't value themselves at all. And today these men, they don't value the women either. And they don't value themselves. All right. And it says the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him, and they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought evil up. He hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all the days. Okay. But if this thing be true, the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, they shall bring out the damsel to the door of the father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die. And she hath wrought folly in Israel to play the whore in the father's house, and thou shalt put evil away from among you. And that's what's going on, man. Even unto this day, these wicked bees, man. This is what they doing. They playing the whore in their father's house, man. You know. And Apocrypha speaks on that, man. You're not supposed to be living with your father, because first of all, your father supposed to give you away, and you out sneaking off doing dicks. You know. This is Sirach 42:9. It says, the father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth. for the cure for her taketh away sleep. All right, because you got to watch over your daughter, right? When she is young, at least she passed the flower of her age. All right, what's the flower of her age? Once she get a menstrual, and being married, at least she should be hated. In her virginity, at least she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house. And man, you see that? That show you how backward our people are now, man. Because now a chick, this happened, chicks be in high school and she get pregnant. The father, this is my grandbaby, man. No, fuck that. She played the whore in your house. You weren't able to give your daughter away to a man. Because why? You men don't even got their own daughters in fucking submission. They don't even feel their fathers no more. So guess what? They just go out and be a hoe. It says, in her virginity, at least she should be defiled and got him with child in her father's house, having a husband. At least she should misbehave herself when she is married. At least she should be barren. It says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. At least she make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies and a byword in the city. See, and that's what happened. These women, they get a name put on them. She a hoe, or she, what they say, a thought. She'd be known as basically the whore amongst men and amongst women. Like, hey man, she loose. So the Bible is not what women's live, you know. To at least she should misbehave herself when she is married. No, back to 11. Right. At least she make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies and a byword in the city, reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. By what? Playing a harlot, being a whore. All right. And that's why in the ancient world they got their ass stoned, man. All right, back to Numbers 30. Back to the vow. All right. So, like I was looking up that word, right? It says, right. Disallow, which means what? So basically, he ain't agreeing with it. So if she try to make a vow to the Lord, all right, he ain't dealing with it. All right. Let's go back to Numbers 30 and 5. But if her father disallow her in the day that he hears, not any of her vows of her bonds wherewith she have bound her soul, she shall stand, and the Lord shall forgive her because her father disallowed her. All right. And if she had at all a husband, all right, so now I jump to the husband. Because why? The father gives the woman to what? Her man, to her husband. Right? And we know that what? According to the law, according to the scriptures, which this is the law, the book of Numbers. This is part of the law. All right? The law of Moses. And if she had at all a husband, when she vow or utter out of her lips wherewith she bound her soul, and her husband heard it and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it, then her vow shall stand, and her bonds wherewith she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband disallow her on the day that he heard it, then he will make her vow which she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect, for the Lord shall forgive her. So, hey, Lord, hey, so the husband, he had the same power as the father. Because why? You basically transfer to what? To basically transfer what? Ownership. First, what? You're under your father, then you what? Marry off to a man, then you under him. That's why the order is given in Genesis. And in the book of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter. We grab that real quick. All right, because why? You're supposed to be under him. Just that simple. 1 Corinthians, but these hoes, these sluts, okay, They Christians. They in the church. No, you a bunch of skank sluts. All right, and you're disobedient. Right to first of all, you're disobedient to Yahweh Shai. Then you're disobedient to your men. Only thing you are obedient to is to the ways of the white man. All you women, every last single one of you, even you ones that call yourselves trying to be in the truth, man. All right, you're disobedient, man. The Lord's gonna deal with you, fucking black holes, man. Right, mainly you goddamn black. All the women that's other 12 tribes, man. He gonna deal with you. All right, you're gonna get a horrible judgment. Trust me. Every last single one of you. One second. It says, but every vow, every vow of a widow and of her that is divorced, wherewith they have bound their souls, shall stand against her. Because why? She's not under any authority. She's divorced. She doesn't have a husband. And if she is vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it and held his peace at her, and disallowed her not, then all her vows shall stand. Every bond with which she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband have uttered and made them void on the day he heard them, then whatsoever proceedeth out of her lips concerning her vow. So if she vows something that day, and her husband didn't hear it, this is what happened. It says, proceedeth out of her lips concerning her vows, or concerning the bond of her soul, shall not stand. Her husband have made them void, and the Lord shall forgive her. Every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul, her husband may establish it, and her husband may make it void. But if her husband altogether hold his peace at her from day to day, then he established all her vows and all her bonds which are upon her, and he confirms them because he held his peace at her in the day that he heard them. But if he shall in any ways make them void after that he have heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity. So if the Lord did, if the husband did hear those things, all right, guess what? He got to bear her iniquity, especially if she didn't go through with it. Well, that's how it became iniquity or sin. Because why? The vow, she didn't keep the vow. These are the statutes which the Lord hath commanded Moses between a man and his wife. See, between a man and his wife, and between the father and his daughter, being yet in her youth in her father's house. All right. But guess what? You got women's live. Women can do whatever the hell they want to do. You good Christian sluts, you independent skank sluts. Yeah, I'm calling you sluts because that's what you are. All right. You bitches too. All right, I'm saying that too. You bitches. The scripture say, "Well, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog." With your nasty asses. 1 Corinthians 11 and 2. Now, I praise you, brethren. If you got a problem, don't watch the video. Don't watch it. All right, this truth ain't for the faint-hearted and for the weak-minded, man. Just simple asses. Now, I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinance as I delivered them to you. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, or Yahweh Shai, all right, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. That's the head of the man. And the head of the woman is the man. That's plain. The head of the woman is the man. Okay? Get this one last scripture, and that's it. Shutting down. All right. You know what? No, I want to get one more too. Hold on. Another scripture I want to get. It says, 1 Timothy 2 and 9. In like manner also, the women adore themselves in modest apparel, so women are supposed to dress modestly. All right, you ain't supposed to have pants where niggas can see your pussy print, okay? Or see your big fat ass. Supposed to wear dresses and be covered up. You got a husband, you're supposed to have on a head wrap. All right, because that's his glory. All right, and that's according to this chapter. Well, the one I just got done reading. I didn't read it all. It says, let the woman learn in silence, Salakia. In like manner also, women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broad hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which become of women professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. All right. And when you look up that word subjection, or when you break it down, it means what? Under. The word sub means under. Injection means rule. So women is supposed to be what? Under the rule. It says, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. So women, they're not supposed to be in no kind of authority. They're not supposed to be judges, police, all right? Really, they're supposed to be at home baking biscuits, man, pregnant. All right? Ready to serve their man up, if you know what I'm talking about. Not got a fucking opinion, big fucking mouth. You know? These goddamn masculine ass women, man. Let me get this one last scripture. Ugh. This is right here we go, right here. 1 Corinthians 14 and 34. Now I'm starting from 33. For Yahweh Bashem Avishai is not the author of confusion. So the Lord is not the author of confusion, okay? Let's look up that word. Oh, author of confusion. It says instability, a state of disorder, disturbance, or confusion. And that's what you see in our communities, a state of disorder. Because why? The women are over the household and running the houses. That's why you got these little niggas running in and out of prison, fucking foster homes, and you know what I'm saying, all these different boys' schools, and the little girls are being whores. Because why? What you have in with Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans live at is a state of disorder. All right, that is disorder, commotion, confusion, tumult. So it's straight confusion. Okay. It says, but of peace and in all churches of the saints. It says, let your woman keep in silence. That's hard for the black woman to do with a big fucking mouth. And she boasts on having a big mouth. Keep silence in the churches, for it is permitted. For it is not permitted unto them to speak. But listen to this. But they are commanded to be under obedience. All right, be under obedience. Let's look up that word. They are commanded to be under obedience, arranged to be ordered, to be subordinate, subject, put in subjection, to subject oneself, obey, submit to one's control. Submit to one's control. All right, to obey, be subject. Okay, that's what you women supposed to be. You're supposed to be what? Under the rule, man. It says, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And what is he referring to? He's referring to what? Numbers 30, Genesis 3 and 16. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna say all praises to Yahweh Bashem Shai. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Salutations to all you Akim out there that's pushing this truth. Shalom.